Okay, so let's make this better. So a woman asked, hey, I have shin splints. I have been running for years. Last couple of half marathons, I've been suffering through posterior shin splints. They get better when I rest. They come back when I train again. I ice, I foam roll, I stretch, I use the compression sleeves, all of that. And so you see tons and tons of responses. I don't even know how many responses I saw. And they're all like, go get checked again. Rule out shin splints. Rule out stress fractures. She did. She ruled out stress fractures. And everybody's like, yep, you just got to rest more. You got to change your shoes. And the key in what this woman says is they feel better when I rest. They come back when I train again. So my advice to everybody who has shin splints or really any kind of running injury, but especially this person, we know they feel better when you rest and they come back when you train. You're overtraining. You're probably thinking, well, she rested, so she's not overtraining because she rested. No, the rest portion is important, but the actual training, how much you're running, how far you're running, are you going too far too fast too soon? Or are you going too fast too soon? Or a combination of both. So whenever I have a client who says they get better when I rest, they come back when I train, I say, let's look at your training plan. Let's look at that first run back and see how far you're going. Because everybody knows, follow the 10% rule. So maybe your training is following the 10% rule, but if you start off too far in that first run, even if you follow the 10% rule, it's still going to be too much because you started off at the wrong one. So that's the first thing, is look at your first run back. It should not be 2, 3, 4 miles, even if that's typically what the training distance for a half marathon plan looks like, because that's typically what it looks like. And even if those are short, easy distances for you, when you're injured, all of that goes out the window. You no longer can start off at just 1, 2, 3 miles. You have to figure out exactly how far you can do. And I've dubbed this the living room test because you can actually do it without ever leaving your living room. And so you test how far you can go so you know exactly how far to go. So starting off with that point and then following the 10% rule. And the 10% rule does not mean adding a mile every week to your long run. That's not 10% unless you're already at 10 miles, because 1 mile is 10% of 10 miles. So if your long run is 3 miles, 10% is 1/3 mile, not 1 whole mile. So figure out that first run, because even if you are following the 10% rule, if the first run is too far, then following the 10% rule does nothing because you've already started off too far.